Hello, guys. Welcome to episode 8 of the Third and Long podcast. We are your hosts, Max, Henry, Drazen, Gray, Sean, and Christian. And we have a very special guest this week, Nick Skiba. Why don't you tell us a little about yourself?
What's going on, guys? Appreciate y'all having me. I'm Nick Skiba from Clover, South Carolina. Y'all probably never heard of that before. It's about like 30, 40 minutes from Charlotte. Usually when I say that, people know where that's at. But I'm the kicker at Wake Forest. I'm in my third year. I'm a junior this year. One more year. Well, technically 2 with COVID. But yeah, I'm excited to be here. I appreciate y'all having me.
I'm just going to start it off here. I just want to kind of know how recruitment process went and how schools recruited you and how you needed down why you chose Wake Forest and stuff with the recruitment and stuff.
Yeah, so recruiting for kickers is a little different. So a lot of big prospects, they go to ID camps and things like that. So there's actually camps like that, but specifically for kickers and punters and long snappers. And so I went to a couple of those when I was in, I guess, all the way from freshman year to senior year. I went to those and then college camps. So I really had to the biggest thing is you need to perform at the college camps more than the ID camps, because at the end of the day, the coaches want to see you in person kick. So those are the biggest things. But then I guess recruiting, actually talking to coaches, I did a lot of that on Twitter. I don't know if y'all are playing sports or anything, but Twitter is such a big place for especially college football coaches. They use that to talk to you. They DM you and you DM them. I remember sending everywhere from LSU to Alabama to Georgia. Everybody I was sending, hey, my name is Nick Skiba. I'm from Clover. I'm a sophomore, junior. Here's my huddle, blah, blah, blah. And that's just how you get the ball rolling and just talking with them.
Yeah, I mean, we have a Gray here. He's also a kicker. He's at Jordan High School. And do you have any tips for him, kicker-wise?
Yeah. Righty or lefty?
I'm a righty.
Righty? You play soccer?
How could you tell?
That's how it starts. I played soccer since before I turned 3, I was playing soccer, and then I stopped playing soccer when I was in 10th grade. But biggest thing is focus on your form. Don't always worry about having to hit the biggest ball. I mean, I don't have the strongest leg, but my thing is I don't want to miss from inside of 40. But really focus on your form. I talked about going to the ID camps and everything, but my biggest influence on me is probably my coach, Dan Orner. He coaches everyone from college level to NFL level to high school level. And I go to him when I'm in the off season, at least once a week. So just focus on your form. Don't always worry about trying to hit the big ball, and just trust your swing.
Did you start all 4 years of high school? Because I know some high schools you'll come in and there's already a kicker or someone who can at least touch the ball a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't play varsity until my junior year. I played varsity junior and senior year. There was a kicker there before me who was bigger and stronger, so he played. He was older than me. So what about you? What grade are y'all in?
We're all in
10th
Do
grade.
what?
We're all
Sophomore.
in 10th grade,
All
sophomore year.
sophomores? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But last year I had a kicker in front of me that went D2.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's how it goes. Just be ready when they call your name up. You going to be up this year? Or I guess, did y'all play this year?
We're supposed to play in the spring.
Yeah, right around February.
Gotcha. Oh, that's going to be weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Well, we were looking at 24/7. We saw you were receiving from interest from Virginia Tech and South Carolina, if that's correct. And what made you choose Wake over all those schools? What differentiated it from all those other schools that had interest in you?
Yeah, so when it was my senior year, I went to a camp at Virginia Tech and I won the whole camp. And then I went to South Carolina and I won the punt competition, weirdly, and then I won, I think, the kickoff, and I was second place in field goal. And so I actually had an offer to VT and I had an offer to South Carolina, but they were both preferred walk-ons. And then so with Wake Forest, actually, I went to a camp there. Actually came in second, I think, for the field goal competition, but we were kicking with Gray. I know holders, the sticks,
Yeah.
And so they called us back and they made us kick with their snapper and holder, and I ended up winning that competition. And they offered me after that. But I guess the biggest thing was the scholarship. Of course, I'd be lying to you if I said I didn't think about Wake because they offered me a scholarship. Unlike the other two, but I really liked Wake because it was smaller. It's not as big as VT or South Carolina. I mean, all my professors know me by my name. So I really like that, and I really like the coaching staff here. Coach Lindenberg and Coach Clausen are great people and great coaches.
Yeah, you guys can take on the other questions. You can ask him stuff. So yeah.
So if you had to describe the college football atmosphere of Wake using one word, what would it be? I know that you might not be able to give the best perception just because as an athlete, you probably don't get to see a whole lot of it because you're in the hotel the night before. But I don't know.
You asking like game day experience?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's very different this year, but we have a good atmosphere here. It's not as big as other schools, but we have passionate fans. We usually get a decent amount of students in the student section, and it's actually been getting bigger and bigger because we've been playing better. So I respect that. And then I don't know if y'all know, but like we roll the quad after each win. So I remember last year walking back. I lived in a Dogwood. I know you don't know where that's at, but it's at the back of campus, and I'd have to walk through the quad to get there. And so after every game, I'd just walk through and I'd just be like, wow, that's pretty cool. But it's definitely different this year, but it's a good atmosphere. I love it here.
Well, like I want to know, like differentiating from other years, like how is like with the COVID-19 protocols and stuff, like how is it different like with the school and stuff, like mandatory testing, stuff like that? Like is it really like they emphasize it a ton there? Like how different it is from a regular year?
Oh, it's extremely different. I mean, on a normal week, we're getting tested 3 times a week. So I'm getting that little stick up my nose 3 times a week. That's not fun, but I mean, even with that, I mean, I have some friends outside of football, but I really don't see any of them because of just how it is. And I mean, the start of the season against Clemson, very first game, no fans. Going in that stadium and there being no fans was so weird.
I bet.
So weird. It was one of the first games my parents had actually ever missed of mine. So that was hard for them, hard for everybody, even on the team. Everybody else's family wasn't able to come. But it's getting better. Actually, I don't know if y'all know this, though, but our game this week actually is canceled against Duke.
Mm-hmm.
I know y'all probably saw that. But yeah, we have a couple kids with positives, but it's really not all COVID. It's contact tracing, and then we have a bunch of kids that are injured, and so we just don't have a whole lot of numbers, enough for the game at least. But they're trying to reschedule it. We'll see how it goes.
What made you want to be like a kid? I mean, obviously you came from a soccer background, as you said earlier, so you kind of already knew how to do that going into playing football. But did you ever think about playing any other positions?
When I was in middle school, I played safety. I was all right, but I really took kicking serious, I guess, 8th grade year, because I was tired of getting hit, I guess. So I told my coach I just wanted to kick, and so I did like kickoffs and punts and PATs, but that's about it. And then I played soccer all the way up until 10th grade, and then I stopped playing soccer because it was messing with my form a little too much. So I stopped playing soccer. The other reason is because I felt like I had a better opportunity of going and playing football, kicking, than I did going and playing soccer. I wasn't terrible at soccer, but I felt like I was better at football, and I wanted to earn a scholarship. That way my parents didn't have to pay for college, and so that was the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, so another thing is I know it's going to be a lot longer than you expected because of COVID, but like what would you say after college are your like plans, either like when it comes to like academics or like maybe just like keep playing the sport? Like what do you see in your future for that?
Yeah, hopefully I see the NFL in my future. I mean, that's always been a goal. It's been my goal ever since I started taking football serious. I want to play at the highest level possible, but I'm an HES major at Wake, Health and Exercise Science. And I really took that wanting to stay with football because I love it so much and I love just being a part of it. So even if the NFL isn't my future, hopefully I'm able to stick with football in some sort of way.
Well, I was wondering, like, in your family background, is there like any background in football, or is it like when they saw you, like, oh, you're playing football? I thought you were a soccer guy, or like, is it like, is your family like more of a football family or something like that?
Yeah, I, I don't think that I've had anyone in my family has played. I know no one has played Division I sports. My dad played soccer in college, but I mean, growing up, he played football. He played football, and soccer, and everything. My mom played softball, so we're definitely like an athletic family. But no one really played football at a higher level than high school. So I guess it was interesting for everybody.
Oh, hi, Nick. First, I just wanted like to ask like a little question. Do you know Blake Buchanan?
Oh yeah, oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, cool. He was my he coached me in 7th grade for basketball.
It's awesome.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
what?
we're do y'all have like FCA?
Yeah. So I was on the Carolina Flyers, and that was his AAU team when he was like my age, and just like helping out really. So my question is, like, what's your career long? Like, it could be like in game, out of game.
So in game, it's a 49-yarder in the Birmingham Bowl 2 years ago, my freshman year, and then outside, I guess at practice, I've hit a 64 in practice. That was a long time ago. Had a little wind in my back, but yeah, hopefully I can hit a longer one here soon. I'm itching to hit one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, we saw you had a great game against UNC just recently, and that was pretty cool with that stuff. But like, after like a game, like, what's your like coach's mentality after, I don't know, win or a loss? Like, what is like their speech to you at the end of the game? What do they say?
Yeah, so Coach Clausen's mentality is every game is a 1 week season. So every game is its own season. So like this year, we were sadly 0-1 in the UNC season. So he gives us 24 hours to either celebrate a victory or mourn a loss. And sadly, we were mourning a loss after this game. But yeah, that's his mentality. Just he gives us 24 hours to either love it or hate it, and then we just move on and we get ready for the next opponent.
I feel like that's a similar like coach's mentality to Matt Rule for Panthers coach, because we're all big NFL fans, and he constantly talks about just what you said, like take each week is one game and it's one like season in it of itself. So I think that's really cool.
I love Clausen. I love his mentality.
So obviously ACC being Power 5 conference obviously has some bigger names in college football in there. What's your favorite place that you've gotten to play in your past couple of years?
I've been asked this question a couple times. I really enjoyed Florida State my freshman year because it wasn't packed at all. But when they started doing the chop, it was bumping. But I definitely have to say that probably Virginia Tech, because when they came out to Enter Sandman, it was loud. That was probably one of the games where I walked out and I was like, wow, you're really playing college football. This is crazy. It was bumping. It was ridiculous. I wish I could go back and relive that moment, but then win that game.
Yeah, I've witnessed those Virginia Tech fans before. They're loud. They are like, I went to it was a Duke home game against Virginia Tech, and there was like more Virginia Tech fans than there were Duke. They're really loyal, and like Virginia Tech destroyed Duke that game, and it was like I definitely know where you're coming from.
Yeah, that game, not this year, but last year was actually Frank Beamer's last game, and so they were all in.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe this person made you be a kicker, but who was like your role model to like be a kicker? So like was there like a specific person?
Um, I'm a big Adam Vinatieri guy. Um, I really like watching him, and I enjoyed watching him when he was playing. And then I just like that he had such a long career doing same thing I'm doing. So that would be the goal. But probably one of my biggest influencers, my coach, was Dan Orner. He played at UNC, and then he played a year or two in the NFL. But I mean, he's really helped me get to where I am today, just with my form and everything. So I guess I look up to him, and of course my dad. Can't leave my dad out.
Yeah. So I was thinking we do a little rapid fire questions here, just like some playing questions, not football related, but
No,
just quick questions. Is that's
really,
fine. So,
you can ask me whatever.
what's your favorite team in the NFL? First thing comes.
Steelers, baby?
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh.
I know we have a lot of controversial opinions on the Steelers here. Who's your favorite player in the NFL right now?
That's a tough one. I'm a big fan of Joey Sly, kicker for the Panthers. My buddy.
Favorite food?
Oof. Favorite food? I love Japanese food.
Sushi. Yep. Favorite movie?
I'm such a big movie guy. I love movies. God, that's a tough one. I'll just go with Transformers.
Transformers. Favorite, if you play video games, what's your favorite video game?
Of all time,
Yeah, sure.
Modern Warfare 3.
Ooh, I like that one. And then Xbox or PS4, like console wars and whatever.
Or PC.
Definitely Xbox. I've had Xbox for a long time.
We're all Xboxers here. I know that, except Henry up top. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, maybe play one day or something like that. But yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions?
So I follow I follow basically every single Wake football thing on Twitter. So I follow all the accounts. I follow Coach Clausen. And I saw that you and Sam are roommates, and you obviously talk about playing some video games in the video that y'all posted walking around campus. What's your favorite game to play with him or your other roommates at the moment?
Probably Modern Warfare. Me and Sam play a lot of Warzone together.
Mm-hmm.
But I just got a Cold War, so I've been playing that a little bit.
Who's better at video games?
In the interview, I let him get away with it, but I think we all know who's better.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we all play Warzone together. I know. Like, of course, I'm the best. And then like we have like.
Okay.
I mean.
That's me.
Okay. But like, mostly I like a Christian. We usually play like sports games. I don't know if that interests you or something like that. But like, I feel like maybe they're a little redundant a little bit. But yeah, we play a lot of 2K whatnot. But yeah.
I'm a huge FIFA guy.
FIFA. Yeah.
Do you have the new one or the old one? Or I guess last year?
21.
I don't know. I hate EA because they continuously make you pay for the new game. And it's just the same game over and over and over. So I'll find myself and I'll gather up the money and I'll get the new one. And then like 6 months later, the new one will come out and it'll just be an ongoing cycle.
Same exact thing.
Just gets me so mad.
I mean, it's hard to make different games. So, like, you have your concept. There's just not many ways you could change it, you know? So
That's fair. I mean, the only thing they really do is update rosters. They can't really change about the game.
That's pretty.
Yeah, I mean, they could, like, I know Madden's been incorporating different game modes and stuff like that the past couple of years, but they can still do EA gets a lot of hate for making the same game over again.
I mean, I watch from football. Like, of course, we're all in high school right now. I just want to know, like, the college experiences, like, from general. Not from, like, a student athlete, honestly. Just, like, more of just, like, going to your classes every day. And, like, I mean, maybe even from a student athlete, like, managing that, like, practices and, like, work. Like, how does that work out usually?
Yeah, so it's different this year because a lot of my classes are online. Like I'd stay a normal day in life for me. During the season at least. So we usually wake up. Breakfast will be at either 5 or 6 o'clock, depending on what day it is. So wake up, go get breakfast. After breakfast, we'll have special teams and a team meeting. If it's the start of the week, we'll have a team meeting. Basically go through what we're gonna do this week. It'll either be punt or punt return or kickoff return. And after that, we get dressed, go to practice. Practice will be like 2 hours. After practice, we'll have lunch. After lunch, you either normally I'll go get in the cold tubs and rehab a little bit, and then I'll go to class and have class from whatever day it is. I usually have like either 1 or 2 classes, and then my day is usually done probably about like 1 or 2. It's just difference is it's very early. It's earlier than high school. Getting up earlier and having to practice. Normally in high school you practice after school. Now you practice before school. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not a morning person. But had to become one.
So in your 3 years from Wake Forest, have you ever had like a last second, fourth quarter, the determination for the winning game?
Last year against Syracuse, we were down by 3, 4 seconds left. I had to hit the field goal or we lost. I made the field goal.
I mean, yeah, I always feel like kickers, it's sometimes like it's a literally like in the NFL, like you're pretty much playing for your job sometimes each game. So like it's a lot of pressure, I bet, like going out there. I mean, of course they probably iced you. I would think. Like, how is it like going there when like that it all comes down to that?
Yeah, just being a kicker, you gotta almost want those scenarios. You gotta want that to be, all eyes on you pretty much, because at the end of the day, with my job, it's different because a wide receiver could run a route and drop a pass and he gets another shot to go out there and catch another one. With me, I either made the kick or I didn't make the kick. It's no beating around the bush. So with just being a kicker, you got to have thick skin. Just be ready for those kind of scenarios. I'm looking at you, Gray. You got to be ready.
I had that. I had that at the end of the season. I played JV most of the year, and then I got pulled up towards the end of the season. I mean, it was not really worth anything, but I made my kick, and I just felt like I was the only person out there. But so obviously, like I feel like some people it doesn't really affect, or it will affect you a little bit. But how do you describe the feeling of getting iced in college?
Getting iced. I try not to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I go out there, I don't look and see how many timeouts that the other team has. Like I go out there but I will say this: normally, like kickers will take a kick. Usually, I don't. I'd like to take an extra swing to myself and just try to focus, not think about it. But it can be nerve-wracking, even when you try to block everything out. But I think you just gotta trust yourself and trust your swing.
Yeah, like that. I bet like a lot of kickers' days, like when they have that first kick before the ice, I bet like it feels way more confident. Like let's say you get ice there, but then it could totally backfire, honestly. But like, I bet it's like really nerve-wracking. But like when you hit it, I bet it's like. I mean, I played baseball, but like a walk off, like kind of like that feeling where they just all like dog pile, whatever. But yeah, definitely. Anything else to say?
I would love to have that scenario.
Yeah, definitely.
So obviously there are a bunch of memes around what kickers do in practice. So I don't know necessarily if there's a big difference, but is there like how would you describe the difference between high school kicking practice and college kicking practice?
I feel like when I was in high school, there wasn't always special teams. There wasn't special teams every day, but at college, you do special teams every single day. Like it's either going to be punt and punt return. Like we have a field goal period every single day, but it's either punt return or kickoff return. But there's always a special teams going on, so you're always kicking.
Well, I'm wondering like during the off season stuff, like you guys have workouts, I bet. Like, how does that shape out usually in the off season?
Yeah, in the off season, it's in the weight room 24/7. So a lot of lifting. But for me, being a kicker, it's getting with my snapper and holder. And in the off season, we're working on our operation and getting ready for the season. Just trying to be smooth and fast.
I'm wondering, like, I mean, this may be a dumb question here, but like a holder, do you pick your holder, or is it just like is it like chemistry thing? Because I know I'm talking baseball here, but like usually a pitcher like gets to pick their catcher. Like, do you pick your holder or like something like that?
No, that's not a dumb question. No, it's a good question. Um, yeah, so I pick my holder, but I pick my holder off of who I felt held the best and who can really like spend the most time with me at practice. So my holder is Zach Murphy. He's a punter, and he held the best for me in the off season, and so I wanted him to hold for me. And another reason for picking him, besides picking like a backup wide receiver or somebody like that, is Murph can stay with me all practice, and we can get extra holds and extra kicks. Where if I was to pick like a backup quarterback or receiver, they'd have to be practicing the whole time and really probably wouldn't be able to work with me until like after practice, and that just wouldn't work.
Throughout like high school and college, have you ever had like a trick play on a field goal?
I was gonna ask that too, but yeah.
I mean, they're definitely in the playbook. I haven't ran one. In high school, we didn't run this, but in high school, we had an onside kick where I don't remember if y'all seen it or not, but Chris Boswell, the kicker for the Steelers, he went to Rice and he did like a Rabona kick. I don't know if y'all know what that is or not, but it's like where he runs up and like kicks behind his leg and hits an onside kick, kind of like as a surprise.
Yeah.
So we had a play called Rice, and we were going to run that one game, but we
Do you practice the trick plays and practice it all at the college level?
that's confidential. I can't tell you
Um,
that. Nah, yeah, we do.
well, I was just wondering, like, I don't know, but like, do you have to like know the playbook and stuff, or are you just specifically just there pure kicking, like, or do you have to like know the plays, or the coach like believe that in you, or no?
I do not know the playbook. I know some plays just living with Hartman, but I do not I don't go through the playbook like the offense does. I'm strictly special teams. Putting that ball through the uprights. That's my job.
Yeah.
I don't know if a lot of the people will know this other than Henry and I, because we're the biggest Wake fans here. But who, in your opinion, I guess this year you might have split locker rooms or stuff like that, but who has the best like locker room present and who's the most fun to be around before games, or I guess practice anyway?
Most fun?
Yeah.
Like who's the funniest?
Or like just like who has a good energy in the locker room and can get everyone excited, but like at a serious level still?
Probably Hartman. Hartman's probably one of our biggest leaders, and he really likes to take over, and I respect it. And everyone on the team respects him because of his work ethic. And so definitely before games and during practice, he definitely takes over, and you can really feel his confidence in the room.
Well, like, what's it like living with that like natural leader, like you're saying? Like, how is it like living with him compared to like in the locker room? Like, how's it living?
I'll say that it's not always as serious as we are when we're in the locker room. He's a goofball at home. We mess around, play video games, just be normal. But we know when we leave and we're in the locker room and it's game day, it's a different mentality.
Well, I always thought of this as like a college experience. But like when you walk around campus, like, I mean, not anymore this year because of like COVID protocols, but like in the past years, like you have like some recognition. I don't know, like fame maybe or something like that, maybe.
Oh man, I'm just a kicker. Nah, I mean, I have some friends outside of football, and I wouldn't necessarily call it fame. I'm not a big not a cocky person at all. I don't think walking around campus people really realize who I am. I mean, I walk around in a trucker hat most of the time and weight close sometimes. So a lot of times people don't even recognize me. And I honestly kind of like it because I don't want to. I'm not a big fan of talking about myself. So.
This is way off of football, but I know, I mean, obviously you were a normal high schooler just like the rest of us at one point. So, I mean, I don't know if this is as common as we might think it is, but did you ever like find anyone to play FIFA with? And if so, like, would you ever like bet with people from school on FIFA?
Oh wow, I feel like this is a personal question you're asking.
It's just a little bit.
So, I had some friends in high school that were really good at Madden. I was never good at Madden, and they would bet on games. I would never because I was not good enough to put my money where my mouth was. So they handled that. I had like one or two friends that I played FIFA with that were in high school, and that was about it. A lot of kids either played 2K or Madden, and then we all played Call of Duty.
Yeah, not many people play FIFA in high school unless they have some type of soccer background.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, I feel like we have the same round of video games, like compared to everybody else. I just realized. I didn't realize how common that was.
Oh yeah.
But, yeah, just 2K, Madden, COD. That's pretty much all it is there. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Anything else?
No, ask me whatever you want.
Well, back to the betting on the games. We have one of our own who likes to bet maybe a little bit. Christian Josie right there. He bets on he will not play Madden game unless there's money on the table. It's pretty bad. And he's not very good either, which is the part that's about it. So he's in debt with everybody here.
Yeah.
Through video games or like anything, he'll find a way to bet. Like we have a fantasy league that we all bet on that he's not going to win. So yeah, he's in a little bit of debt there.
Well, yeah, Christian over here is a really big Bills fan. So if you know this guy named Josh Allen, you probably do. But like, he will bet anything with the Bills that they're going to win the football game. And I mean, we sometimes take it. Christian, anything to say on that?
No, not really.
Yeah. So it's fun to sports experience with Christian. But yeah. Anything else to say on that? Well, guys, it's been a great time, Nick. Thank you for all your time. We're probably gonna wrap it up here. It's been a great day. I'll see you guys. Thank you, Nick, for everything. We'll see you.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Bye.